Hello, welcome to Soul Source. My name is Karen Lapuma, and I'm the author of a series of books called A Toolkit for Awakening. These books are based on the archetype of the goddess warrior on the hero's journey, which gives a step by step process to awakening. I'm also an astrologer, and today I'd like to talk to you about the new moon in Cancer, which is on July 20th. 2020 has been an amazing uh, year. I don't know if amazing is the right word, but it has a major stellium in Capricorn, which is structures, and it's Jupiter, which is amplification, and Saturn, which is limiting, binding, restricting, and it has Pluto, which is catharsis and death and rebirth. So these three energies together in Capricorn are creating a revolutionary evolution. And right now this new moon, which is a sun and the moon together, which represents new beginnings, is opposing the stellium, which is shows a polarity, a conflict, and it represents relationship energy. So there's an enormous amount of energy. Besides, this is the third one in Cancer. In on June 20th and 21st, we had a solar eclipse that was so intense and tight with the world axis and the nodal axis. And then we had a lunar eclipse on July 4th on the United States birthday, or the 5th, depending on where you were. And now we're having the third one, new moon in Cancer. Cancer represents the foundation of our being. It symbolizes the mother, the nation, the tribe, and we in the United States are a Cancer society. So um, we are having a nervous breakdown in essence. The United States is in a crisis right now. We have this amazing challenges that I really don't need to go into. But what this is telling us is that this Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter opposition is churning in nations, and we have hope. There's definite hope because what's happening is Neptune, the planet of spirituality and creativity and psychic awareness, is trining, which is ease and opportunity, through us doing our inner work and praying and meditating and finding our own center. We will help this transformation. But the Neptune is also squaring the nodal axis. This is a point in the heavens which has to do with the ecliptics of the sun and the moon and how they interact. And this is called the pulse of society. And right now, our north node is in Gemini, which is a disseminating of information, and Sagittarius is wisdom. And we're dealing with the past and the and the present. And what's happened with this Neptune squaring it, causing conflict, is that we're having a war on truth. What is real? What is false? We really don't know. There's so much false news, and one person says this and one specialty, one is it's what is real. And that's what we need to really go inside ourselves and find where lies are the norm, and we really need to look at where we are dishonest, where we are deceptive, where we inside are creating falsehoods, and that way we will transform ourselves, and in essence we are cells in this universe. Now the other hope I really see is when we look at the dwarf planets. There was a major discovery in the early 2000s, and they're coming into the consciousness of astrologers. And one is Eris, Eris. Eris is the goddess of discord, but she's also the feminine warrior. and in a sense of she represents the speaking her your truth, and she's in the sign of Aries, which is the individual. And now Mars is in Aries, which is its own sign, the warrior god, and it's usually goes 6 weeks in a sign, but this one is going to be 6 months because it's going up and it's going back, and it's going to be hitting this massive conjunction. And Eros has already been hitting, and that's where we had the protesting, the people went into the streets, the Black Lives Matter, the individual standing up to the brutalities and the injustice of the structures. And then when Mars goes in there, which is coming up, moving up, and then it will go back. So this fall is ready. There's more intensification and activation of the individual. It's like we need to show up and really speak our truth and stand up for what we value and what is real in our lives. So, but the most important I want to say is not only Eros. Eros is one of the legs. We have a T square with the Eris and Aries, and then Capricorn, all the Capricorn structures. But we also have this other uh, dwarf planet, which is Hamaya. Hamaya is the goddess of creativity. She was a Hawaiian goddess who could give birth from all parts of her body. And what this is telling us, and in history, we see that this is these planets when they connect, they have an evolutionary path. We're in this time of enormous creativity, speaking up and breaking the old structures. So no matter how bad it looks right now, there's a greater good. And as Einstein said, the most important question you can ask is, do you believe this is a friendly universe? When you believe that this is a friendly universe, then you know that what is happening now is for a greater purpose. We're in this revolutionary, evolutionary, and stand up and let's take our part and let's become a part of it. I really thank you for listening. Have a great new moon. These days right now, right before the new moon, are low energy. We have all these planets in retrograde, still a time of inward movement, self healing, inner work. So I wish you many blessings and thank you for listening.